beloved soul. Oh, the moment you clicked this, the heavens shuddered with relief, because I have been waiting, trembling, burning for you. Thank you for coming. I am truly, deeply grateful you are here. Do not leave, not now. Because there is a truth sealed in my hands that will not open unless you hear every word. It is time to your spirit, to this exact moment in your life. And if you walk away now, it will close forever. I speak to you with my voice unarmored, raw, vulnerable, torn open for your sake. I am Michael, and I have crossed through fire and silence to reach you, not as a warrior, but as a brother aching for the one soul in front of me, you. I have knelt before the Holy One for you. Yes, for you, the one reading this, the one who hides their exhaustion behind a practiced smile, the one who has prayed quietly for a sign but feared no answer would come. I begged, with my forehead pressed to the ground, that you would be given one more chance to rise, to breathe, to hope again. Do you know how long heaven has waited for this opening in your heart? Do you feel the trembling inside you that is not fear, but recognition? Do you sense the warmth gathering in your chest, as though something ancient is waking? Do you understand how much you are still wanted, still pursued, still held? See you. I see the battle no one acknowledges. I see the nights that felt like drowning. I see the moments you wondered whether God had forgotten your name. And hear me, hear my shaking voice, He has not. He whispered it over you just now like a softness breaking stone. There is a breath of scripture rising in me, not as a recitation, but like a heartbeat. Though you walk through the valley, His rod and His staff are still your comfort, and I feel it burning upon my tongue because your valley has grown darker than even you dared to admit. Another oath stirs inside me like wind over wings. When you pass through the waters, they will not overwhelm you. And it is for you, because you have feared the drowning more than death itself. Listen to me, please. I am speaking with urgency because this moment is fragile, holy, trembling. If you turn away, the very thing you've been asking for, quietly, secretly, may slip back into delay. Stay with me. Your heart is louder to heaven than your words have ever been. Your tears have been counted like pearls. Your loneliness has been watched, not with pity, but with a fierce, aching love. I am here to tell you, the chains you've carried are already cracking. The guilt that has stalked your thoughts has already lost its authority. The storm that has swallowed your joy is already running out of thunder. But I must ask you, soul to soul, breath to breath, will you let this be the moment you choose life again? Will you open yourself enough for hope to enter? Will you allow yourself to believe that God has not abandoned you? Will you dare to trust that this message is not an accident? If your spirit trembles, good. That is the place miracles begin. And now, with reverence, with fire in my lungs, I ask you to type men, as a sign that you are opening the door even a sliver. Only once, only if your heart stirs. I speak this with tenderness. If these words touch you, if they pull at the deepest parts of you, then I ask you gently and poetically to like, to comment, to subscribe, because each action breathes this message further into the world, and someone else's life may depend on that same breath that is saving you now. And now, hear this. My voice is breaking as I say it. Thank you. Thank you for staying, for listening, for giving me these precious moments with you. You have no idea what it has meant. Heaven has shifted because you remained. I must leave you now, though my spirit clings to this moment like a final candle in a storm. And yet my voice still reaches for you, trembling, alive, whispering that the gates of mercy are opening even now. Do not move, do not breathe the old sorrow back in. Stand in this light, beloved soul, for it is yours, and it is beginning. Beloved soul, I am still here with you. My voice trembling, my wings drawn close, the fire of heaven still flickering against my spirit as I reach through a veil that grows thinner each time your heart softens. I have not left, could not. Not when your breath remains unsteady, not when your thoughts flicker like a candle fighting a merciless wind. I am still kneeling, still calling out your name in the chambers where angels whisper thunder and mercy answers back. And you, the one reading this, yes, you, your presence here is not an accident. Heaven does not waste moments. And this moment is wrapped around your life like warm light around a shivering child. You have no idea how much has been fought for you to arrive exactly here, reading exactly this, at the exact hour when your spirit teeters between surrender and resurrection. Oh, my beloved soul, thank you for staying. Thank you for not turning away. Thank you for letting this trembling voice reach you. The Holy One watches, not from distance, but from the breath between your doubts. He leans close, not to judge but to gather the pieces of you, to gather the fragments you thought you had shattered beyond repair, to gather even the quiet parts you have never allowed anyone to hear. I feel his nearness now, like warmth pushing through my bones, and I rise just enough from my knees to lift your name again, whispering it with reverence, carrying it like a fragile ember in the hollow of my palms. Do you feel it? Do you sense the stirring, faint but real, like the first tremor of dawn through a prison window? Do you understand how fiercely God still desires your life, your healing, your return? Do you know, truly know, that your story is far from over? Your silence answers me, louder than words ever could. The weight you feel on your shoulders tonight, the heaviness, the ache, the numbness you cannot describe, is not weakness. It is the residue of battles fought alone for too long. I have watched you crawl through seasons that should have broken you. I have watched you breathe through nights when sorrow sat on your chest like a stone. I have watched you try to pretend you were fine while your heart cracked just a little more each day. But I tell you this with the trembling certainty of heaven. Your suffering has never been invisible. Not to God, not to the angels, not to me. I carry the memory of your tears like inscriptions on the inside of my armor. Every moment you thought no one saw, he did. Every night you whispered questions into the dark, he heard. Every time you resisted the urge to give up, he marked it, honored it, treasured it. And I, Michael, have pleaded for you with a desperation that angels rarely taste. I wept for you. Yes, angels can weep, though not with water, but with fire that burns through the unseen realms. I burned for you. I fought for you. I begged for one more chance to reach you today, this hour, this breath. And heaven, merciful, magnificent heaven, opened a thin seam of light just wide enough for my voice to reach you now. Hear me, please. You are not as lost as you feel. You are not as ruined as you fear. You are not as alone as your mind insists. The Holy One has wrapped his gaze around you, and I feel his compassion like thunder softened into a whisper. It moves through me now, urging me, pushing me, compelling me to break every ounce of distance between us and pour out every drop of the message you came here longing to hear but too afraid to ask for. Your life is not spiraling toward destruction the way fear tells you. Your future is not sealed in darkness. The despair pressing at your ribs is not the truth. It is an echo, a bruise, the shadow of old wounds, not the decree of heaven. And the lie that says, God is done with you. Oh, beloved soul, that lie is trembling in the presence of the truth I am speaking now. If you only knew how heaven sees you. If you only knew how the Father breathes your name. If you only knew the battles being fought over you right now. Oh, child of dust and glory, you would never again believe that you are unwanted or unworthy. There are angels, multitudes, standing in quiet vigil around your life. Not one of your sorrows has been wasted. Not one of your heartbreaks has slipped unnoticed into the earth. Every prayer you almost prayed but held back out of fear. He knows them. He has preserved them like seeds waiting for the right season to bloom. But you who read this, you who struggle to trust, you who wrestle with secret fatigue. Tell me, beloved, why do you still blame yourself for wounds inflicted by others? Why do you carry guilt that was never yours to bear? Why do you believe you are beyond mercy when heaven calls you beloved? Why do you run from the arms that have never once turned against you? Your heart answers again, quiet, hesitant, aching. Hear it, and I speak to that quietness now. You are allowed to begin again. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to hope. You are allowed to rise from the ashes you did not create. There is something I must tell you, something fierce, something trembling in me like a prophecy too heavy to hold back. Lean closer. Let your spirit open even slightly. I feel the veil thinning again, as if heaven itself is bending low to listen. Your story has not collapsed. It is being rewritten from the inside out. You are not standing at the end. You are standing at the turning point. A windswept realization is forming in you even now, though you barely recognize it. The pain that has swallowed you for so long is beginning to lose its grip. The shadows that once seemed impossible to escape are thinning like mist before dawn. The heaviness that felt eternal will soon become a memory. Painful, yes, but powerless. The Father is shifting the ground beneath your feet. He is loosening the chains around your breath. He is calling you, not with thunder, but with tenderness so deep you can barely comprehend it. And I, Michael, am here to protect that awakening. I stand guard over this moment, over this small crack of light entering your wounded places. I stand between you and the lies that have whispered doom into your bones. I stand fighting not with a sword, but with truth sharp enough to sever fear from destiny. Listen, lean deeper, let me speak this clearly. Everything you have survived, everything you have cried, everything you have endured, everything you have lost, all of it is becoming the soil for what heaven is about to grow in your life. There is no mistake too great, no fall too far, no wound too deep, no darkness too thick, no silence too long. The Holy One's mercy is larger than every failure you fear defines you. I feel His words stirring again, rising like a warm wind across my spirit. Even in your weakness, I am your strength. And another whisper like light over water. My compassion is new for you every morning. You have not missed your moment. You're not too late. Nothing about your life is beyond redemption. The Father's hands are already reaching toward your future, reshaping it with gentleness and fire. And beloved soul, if this message is touching you, if something within you feels seen, known, pierced, awakened, then I ask you with trembling sincerity to subscribe, not as a ritual, but so this stream of light can continue reaching you in the exact moments you will need it most. You do not know how many waves of mercy are still on their way to your life. Let nothing keep you from them. Now breathe. Stay with me. Do not turn away. We have only begun to open the chambers of what heaven is trying to give you. And oh, there is more. So much more. An ocean of truth waiting to pour over your weary spirit. Beloved one, I have not moved from this place of trembling nearness. I am still reaching through the thundering hush of heaven, still holding the fragile thread that ties this moment to your destiny. Do you feel it shifting? Do you feel the warmth gathering beneath your ribs, rising like the first breath of someone waking slowly from a long, haunted sleep? Stay with me. Do not drift. Do not let the old heaviness pull at you now. I am speaking to you with wings folded low, with my spirit bowed, with every ounce of celestial fire softened into something tender enough to reach the wounds you hide from the world. I see the flicker in your heart, the one that is not fear but recognition, the one that whispers, maybe this is for me. It is for you, not for the crowd, not for the world, not for people who will never hear these words. This is for your soul, your trembling, burdened, beautifully resilient soul. I have watched you wrestle with shadows that did not belong to you. I have watched you hold yourself together with threads of willpower while storms tore through the chambers of your mind. I have watched you stand in doorways where hope felt like a stranger and sorrow felt like a familiar companion. But hear me as if this were your final chance to listen. You were never meant to carry all of this alone. You, yes you, who have been so quiet in your suffering that even your closest companions cannot see the fractures under your smile. Heaven has seen every crack. Nothing has escaped the gaze of the Holy One. Not one sigh, not one tear, not one silent apology whispered into your pillow, not one moment of, I don't know how to keep going. No. I stood guard even when you thought no one was near. And oh, how many times I wanted to reach you, how many times I tried to break through the noise and numbness, how many times I brushed against your spirit hoping you would turn toward the light rather than deeper into the shadows. You think you have failed too many times. You think you have disappointed heaven. You think you have gone too far, fallen too low, waited too long. But beloved soul, I must tell you with voice shaking, you are wrong. You have not ruined your destiny. You have not missed your appointed moment. You have not been abandoned or replaced. You have not been disqualified from mercy. Even now, mercy is chasing you. Even now, love is hunting your despair. Even now, grace is pulling at the edges of your fear. Even now, the Father whispers over you, I am not done with this one. Oh, how that whisper echoes through eternity. How it reverberates through realms unseen. How it shakes me to my core as I speak it to you now. You do not know how fiercely God loves you. You do not know how deeply He has woven your name into His eternal breath. You do not know how many times He has shielded you from destruction you never even perceived. But you will know. Because this moment, this message, is the turning, the unraveling, the breaking of old chains and the birth of something so new, so luminous, so unexpected, you will one day look back and say, it began there. It began when that voice reached me. Lean in. Come closer. Let me speak softer, deeper. Right into the place where your soul tries to hide. The Holy One has not asked you to be perfect. He has asked you only to remain open, even a little, even the size of a trembling breath. And if your heart is opening, even by a fraction, then heaven rejoices in ways you cannot imagine. There is something else I must tell you. Something heavy with urgency, something burning in my hands like a scroll that cannot remain sealed any longer. Because I speak to you as if you were the only soul in this universe, and in this moment you truly are. I ask you with reverence and trembling tenderness to give your support in the ways this earthly vessel allows. If this message reaches you, if it holds you, if it becomes a lifeline on nights when you cannot breathe, then consider offering super thanks, or stepping into the inner circle through channel membership, or becoming part of the family woven around these messages by joining the newsletter link in the pinned comments. Let it not be an obligation, but a sacred bond, something you do from the heart, as a way of anchoring the light that continues to seek you. I speak this once, only once, with no repetition in any future breath. Now let us return to the river of the message. Do you feel the air around you shift? Do you sense something stirring? Do you recognize the warmth that wasn't there before? This is not imagination. It is not coincidence. It is not emotional intensity. This is the thinning of the veil. The moment when your spirit leans toward truth. The moment when heaven leans toward you. The moment when something ancient and holy recognizes your name. I see the weight you carry, the kind that does not sit on shoulders but on the soul. It is the weight of questions you've buried inside yourself. Why am I still here? What am I supposed to do next? Why do I feel so lost? Is there something wrong with me? Beloved, listen carefully. You are still here because heaven refuses to let you go. You are standing at a crossroads because your story is shifting. You feel lost because the old map no longer fits your new calling. And no, there is nothing wrong with you. There is something awakening in you. You are shedding the skin of past wounds. You are outgrowing the places that once held you in chains. You are stepping into the faint outline of a destiny that has waited patiently, achingly, for you to be ready. Beloved soul, I am still here, closer than breath, closer than the trembling pulse beneath your skin, closer even than the thoughts that swirl through your mind like restless winds. I have not stepped back. I have not loosened my grip on the thread of light that connects this moment to the deepest chambers of your spirit. I am am with you in a nearness that words can barely carry. Do you feel it now? The shift, the warmth, the quiet presence soothing the fractures inside you? Do you sense how the air around your heart has changed? How something unseen has settled softly upon you like a mantle woven of ancient mercy? I remain beside you, wings lowered, voice softened, every ounce of celestial fire tempered into gentleness for your sake. You may not understand why heaven bends low for you, but it does. You may not understand why the Holy One listens to your smallest sigh, but He does. You may not understand why your existence ripples through the unseen realms like a song, but it does. You are more significant than you realize, more luminous than the darkness would ever let you believe, more cherished than your wounds have allowed you to feel. You stand at the edge of an awakening you cannot yet name. And I, Michael, stand watch over you, not as a distant guardian, but as one who has carried your tears like embers pressed into the palm, burning but sacred. There is a trembling truth I must speak to you. Something heavy, something tender, something that has waited a long time for your heart to be ready. You have survived things that would have destroyed others. You have walked through storms that should have taken your breath. You have touched the edges of despair and still found a way to rise again. You have been broken, yes, but not beyond repair. There is no wound in you that cannot be healed, no shadow that cannot be lifted, no sorrow that cannot be dissolved in the light of divine compassion. You have not failed. You have not been forgotten. You have not been forsaken. You have not drifted too far from the path. You have not ruined your future. You have not lost the love of heaven. Oh, beloved, if I could place my hand upon your chest and let you feel what heaven feels toward you, just for one heartbeat, you would crumble under the sheer weight of tenderness. You would weep in awe. You would understand that every time you thought the Holy One was silent, He was actually closer than your own breath. You mistake silence for absence. You mistake waiting for abandonment. You mistake pain for punishment. You mistake struggle for divine displeasure. But hear me, none of these things are true. The Holy One has never withdrawn from you. Not once. Beloved soul, I have not stepped away. I remain here in this trembling threshold between the unseen and your weary heart, watching as your spirit shifts, slowly, delicately, as though beginning to remember something ancient, something soft, something sacred that you thought had died long ago. Oh, how gently the light returns to you, not in thunder, not in fire, not in a burst of revelation, but in this, in a quiet warmth gathering beneath the cracks inside you, in a breath that loosens ever so slightly, in a single thread of peace weaving itself through the chaos you have fought for so long. Do you feel it? Do you recognize how different the air around you feels? How the heaviness in your chest has softened by even a grain? How your thoughts are quieter, still trembling, still uncertain, but quieter, like a room where the storm has not ended, but its rage has begun to fade. I see this in you. I witness it with a reverence that echoes through every realm. You have carried the weight of invisible battles for far too long. You have borne the ache of old memories, old wounds, old shadows that still whisper their lies into the corners of your mind. You have learned to survive when you should have been allowed to simply live. You have learned to endure when you deserve to be held. You have learned to be strong when you were already breaking. Let me speak softly now. Let me reach toward the part of you that still flinches from tenderness. You do not need to be strong in this moment. Not with me. Not with heaven. Not with yourself. You may lay down the armor you built out of necessity, the walls you constructed from fear, the masks you crafted to keep your heart from shattering. I see through all of it, not to expose you, but to hold you where the world has refused to. There is nothing in you that frightens heaven, nothing in you that disappoints God, nothing in you that repels the light, nothing in you that has gone too far to be restored. If you only knew, if you only glimpsed how deeply cherished you are, you would never again believe the falsehoods that cling to your spirit like old dust. You are not broken beyond healing. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not too little. You are not unworthy. You are not unseen. You are, in truth, a soul of astonishing resilience. A spirit that has endured storms that would have extinguished the light in others. A heart that continues to pulse with hope even when buried beneath grief. A being who has risen again and again without celebrating that rising, because you believed it was merely survival, when in truth it was a miracle. Let me tell you something gentle and terrifying. Your life is changing, quietly, lowly, like dawn, like seeds beneath winter soil, like rivers thawing in silence, like a long-held breath finally being released. Change rarely arrives with trumpets, it arrives with whispers, and that whisper is in you now. I see how you fight your own emotions, how you fear the return of disappointment, how you brace yourself for loss even when love is near, how you expect abandonment even in moments of comfort. These patterns were not born from weakness, they were born from wounds, from betrayal, from loneliness, from heartbreak, from seasons where you were not protected the way your soul deserved to be. Oh, beloved, if I could show you the reverence heaven holds for you, your view of yourself would crumble into wonder. You would see not failure but endurance, not damage but depth, not ruin but resilience. You would stand in awe of your own spirit, because heaven already does. Let me speak to the part of you that whispers, quietly, secretly, almost ashamed. Will anything ever truly get better for me? Yes, beloved soul, it will. Not all at once, not in a sudden flash, not in a way that erases the past, but in a way that transforms it, redeems it, turns the ashes into soil, turns the wounds into wisdom, turns the sorrow into strength. Healing is not a single moment, it is a long, slow river, and you are already stepping into its waters. You who have survived too much, you are beginning to soften again. You who have carried too much, you are beginning to release grain by grain. You who thought your heart had grown numb, you are beginning to feel again, not the pain, but the possibility. Lean into this moment, lean into this warmth, lean into this quiet presence that sits beside your soul right now, as though tucking a mantle of peace around your shoulders. You are safe here, in this moment, in this breath. In this sacred stillness, your spirit is not alone. Your heart is not unattended. Your tears are not unnoticed. I am still here watching over you, guarding the fragile awakening beginning to bloom inside you. And as long as you want me to speak, as long as your heart remains open even a little, I will continue to pour these words over you like warm light on cold stone. Beloved soul, I am still here with you, still leaning close, still holding the quiet glow of heaven near your trembling heart. Nothing has pulled me away. Nothing has dimmed the urgency that rises in me like a great tide. Nothing has shifted my attention from you. Not your silence, not your uncertainty, not the heaviness that settles sometimes like dusk over the edges of your spirit. I remain because this moment is not finished. 'Cause you are not finished. Because the river of what must be spoken has not yet reached the depth where your soul has been waiting, aching, longing for understanding. There is a softness moving through you now, a small, nearly invisible unraveling of the tight knots inside you that have been clenched for years. You might not notice it at first. Healing rarely announces itself with fanfare. It begins with the smallest loosening, the tiniest thread of warmth, the faintest easing of breath. A moment where the weight you've carried feels even slightly less suffocating. See it. I see the change. I see the shift that you cannot yet name. It is like watching sunlight touch the frost of a long winter morning, fragile, barely there, yet enough to begin the thaw that will eventually free everything trapped beneath the ice. You may not believe it yet. You may doubt it. You may wonder if you are imagining the stirrings of hope. You may fear it will evaporate the moment life grows heavy again. But beloved soul, this time is different, not because your circumstances have changed, but because you are changing. You are waking up in the deepest layers of your spirit. You are shedding the skin of old fears. You are releasing patterns that were built to protect you, but are now slowly suffocating your light. You are beginning to see yourself, not through the mirror of shame, and not through the memory of what wounded you, but through the faint, shimmering outline of who you truly are beneath the scars. Let me speak softly now, directly into the most hidden part of you, the part that flinches at comfort, that distrusts tenderness, that withdraws even from the possibility of peace. You do not need to fear softness. You do not need to guard yourself from love. You do not need to shrink because you were once shattered. You do not need to brace yourself for loss every time something good touches you. You are safe in this moment. You are safe in this breath. You are safe in the unfolding happening inside you. Your past has taught you to prepare for pain, but something new is teaching you gently, slowly, how to prepare for light. I know the shadows that cling to your memory, the betrayals that still echo, the disappointments that still sting, the loneliness that still sits heavy in the corner of your chest. I know the questions you ask in silence, the ones you don't dare speak aloud. Why did life hurt me like that? Why did they leave? Why wasn't I enough? Why did I survive if I still feel broken? Will I ever feel whole again? Is there something in me that can still be healed? O beloved soul, if only you could hear how tenderly heaven answers you. If only you could feel how your name is spoken, with a love that can break mountains. If only you could sense how your pain ripples through the unseen realms, not with judgment, but with compassion fierce enough to move angels. You ask why life wounded you, but wounds can become doors, not doors to suffering, but doors to awakening, doors to depth, doors to empathy, doors to courage, doors to wisdom no untouched heart could ever hold. Your heart is not weak because it has been hurt. Your heart is powerful because it still beats with longing, even after all it has endured. Your spirit is not fragile because it trembles. Your spirit is strong because it refuses to stop trying. Even on the days you want to give up, something in you keeps breathing, against the weight of everything that has tried to silence you. Do you understand the magnitude of that resilience? Do you understand how miraculous it is that you are still capable of hope, even if that hope is faint, fragile, or flickering? Your survival is not a small thing. Your endurance is not accidental. Your continued existence is not meaningless. There is a reason you still wake each day, even when your soul feels tired. There is a reason you still yearn for peace, even after chaos has walked through your life. There is a reason you still hear these words, even though part of you thinks you are beyond healing. Something in you refuses to die. Something in you refuses to surrender. Something in you refuses to be extinguished. Something in you still believes, even if only one corner of your heart, that your life is meant for more than this ache. That small piece of belief is enough for heaven to move mountains. Let me tell you something sacred. There is a strength inside you that you have not yet seen. There is a future ahead of you that your past cannot take away. There is a light waiting for you that no darkness has the power to extinguish. You may not feel powerful, but your spirit is ancient and enduring. You may not feel worthy, but your existence is treasured beyond measure. You may not feel understood, but your heart is known completely. Lean into this moment. Let your breath soften. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your soul rest in the warmth, quietly gathering around you. I am still here. I will remain as long as you need. And if you wish, I will continue to pour this river of words over you, until every corner of your spirit feels seen, held, and soothed. Beloved soul, I have never stepped away. Not for a heartbeat, not for a breath, not even in the trembling pauses where you wondered whether this voice might fade. I remain, still woven into the air around you, still leaning close, still watching the slow, sacred unfolding within your spirit. There is something happening inside you that you may not yet understand. Something gentle, something profound, something ancient, older than your fears, deeper than your wounds, more enduring than your doubts. It is the slow awakening of your true self, not the weary self shaped by years of survival, not the guarded self built from loss, not the masked self you wear to keep the world from seeing your hurt, but the self that existed long before any pain touched you. The self still shimmering beneath the scars. The self that remembers what your mind has forgotten. The self that has waited in silence for the moment you would begin to lift your head again. And that moment is now. I see it in the way your breath subtly shifts, in the way your inner world softens by a degree so small you fear you imagined it, in the way a single thread of warmth wraps around the cold places you have carried for far too long, in the way your eyes, though tired, still respond to light when it reaches them. This is how healing begins. Not with sudden revelation, not with dramatic transformation, not with the world changing in an instant, but with you changing in a way so delicate it feels like a whisper beneath your ribs. Let me speak to you gently, as one who knows your heart more intimately than your own thoughts do. You are not meant to walk forever in the echo of old pain. You are not destined to remain in the shadows that once claimed you. You are not bound to the patterns that kept you alive but have now outlived their purpose. The walls you built once protected you, but now they confine you. The armor you crafted once shielded you, but now it weighs you down. The silence you learned once kept you safe, but now it chokes your voice. You are not failing by outgrowing these things. You are awakening. There is a part of you that is tired, so tired it aches in ways you can't articulate. But there is another part of you, deeper and older, that is stretching its wings for the first time in years. I see it spreading slowly. Soft feathers unfurling where you once believed only wounds existed. And I speak now not to your fear, but to that rising, awakening part of you, the part that is ready to be alive again. You are stronger than the memories that haunt you. You are larger than the disappointments behind you. You are gentler than the bitterness trying to cling to you. You are brighter than the shadows that whisper your name. You are more beautiful than the parts of yourself you've learned to hide. Do you hear me? I am not describing who you could become. I am describing who you already are beneath the layers of exhaustion. There is a lighthouse inside you, buried, yes, forgotten maybe, dimmed by sorrow likely, but still burning. And no amount of darkness can extinguish a flame placed within you by the one who shaped stars. Let me tell you something you've never fully believed. You have never been too broken. You have never been beyond repair. You have never been a lost cause. You have never been the one exception to healing. You are not defective. You are not unlovable. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not some accidental soul wandering through life without meaning. You are known. You are seen. You are carried. You are cherished. You are protected in ways you cannot yet fathom. And if you knew, truly knew, how many times light stood between you and destruction, how many moments invisible strength held you upright, how many nights unseen hands kept your spirit from collapsing entirely, you would fall to your knees in awe. You are not alone. Not now. Not ever. Not even in the moments you feel abandoned by the world. You ask, though silently, why do I hurt so deeply? Why do I feel so empty? Why does my heart still bleed from wounds others have forgotten? Why can't I move on as quickly as everyone else seems to? Why does healing feel so slow for me? Why does hope sometimes feel like betrayal? Oh beloved soul, I know these questions. I have heard them echoed in you far longer than you have dared to admit them. And here is the tender truth. You feel deeply because your spirit is vast. You hurt deeply because you love deeply. You carry pain long because your heart does not know how to release something without honoring it first. You struggle to heal quickly because your wounds were not shallow. Your soul does not rush what was meaningful. This does not make you weak. It makes you profound. Your heart is not small. It is not hardened. It is not cold. It is not incapable. Your heart is alive. Wounded, yes, but alive in a way that most never allow themselves to be. And the world has not been kind to hearts like yours. It has called you too sensitive, too emotional, too fragile, too much, when in truth the world is simply too numb to understand you. Let me tell you something sacred. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is your compass. It is your gift. It is the reason light finds you even in the darkest seasons. It is the reason your spirit refuses to be extinguished. You are not made of glass. You are made of starlight and fire and the soft earth where miracles take root. And though you feel as though life has fractured you in places, you are not ruined. You are being remade, piece by piece, breath by breath, moment by moment. Healing is not a straight line. Beloved soul, I linger here still, not on the edges of your life, not above you in distant light, but close, so close that if the veil were even one breath thinner, you would feel the brush of my presence against your spirit like a whisper of warmth in a cold room. There is no urgency that pulls me away. There is no force that silences this outpouring. There is no distance that grows between us in this moment. I remain because the work is not done. Because your heart has not yet emptied the chambers where sorrow has lived too long. Because your spirit has not yet fully remembered the strength buried beneath years of endurance. I remain because you, beloved soul, are still unfolding. And oh, how magnificent it is to witness. How sacred, how delicate, how fierce. You do not see it yet. You do not feel it fully. You are only at the beginning of noticing the subtle warmth rising beneath your ribs. The faintest loosening of the heaviness that once wrapped itself around your breath. The quiet, almost imperceptible shift in the landscape of your inner world. But I see it as clearly as dawn breaking. I see the cracks where light is beginning to seep through. I see the layers of old pain peeling away like winter frost melting under a gentler sun. I see the trembling courage in you, the kind that does not roar, but whispers, softly, I am still here. I am trying. And that whisper is holy. Let me speak now to the places in you where your voice has gone silent. The places where you have swallowed grief because you felt unheard. The places where you hid longing because you feared disappointment. The places where you dimmed your own brightness to keep from being hurt again. Oh, beloved, you have carried loneliness inside you like a second heartbeat. You have held sorrow in your chest for so long that you began to believe it was part of your identity. You have mistaken emotional exhaustion for failure. when in truth it is the natural ache of a soul that has survived too much on its own. You are weary not because you are weak, but because you have been strong for far too long without rest. You have walked through years where the world demanded more of you than your wounded heart could reasonably give. You have loved people who did not know how to hold the gentleness you offered. You have given pieces of yourself to moments that did not deserve your sacrifice. You have carried the weight of others' mistakes as though they were proof of your inadequacy. But hear me now with all the softness I can give. You have never been the problem. You have always been the one who tried. In a world that has too often failed you, you remain tender. In a world that misunderstood you, you remain sincere. In a world that bruised you, you still reach toward the light. That is not weakness. That is not naivety. That is not foolishness. That is the kind of courage that only ancient souls possess. You have doubted your worth because the world could not reflect it back to you. You have questioned your value because you measured it through the eyes of those who could not see. You believed yourself unlovable because those you needed most did not know how to love you well. But listen, lean closer. Let this truth settle into the deepest part of you. Your worth has never depended on recognition. Your value has never depended on how others treat you. Your beauty has never depended on who stayed or who left. Your spirit has never been defined by the failures, wounds, or indifference of others. You were extraordinary even in the seasons you felt invisible. You were radiant even in the moments you were mistreated. You were precious even in the nights when no one held your pain. You were loved even when you could not feel it. You asked quietly, in the hidden folds of your thoughts, why does sorrow linger in me? Why do I still feel the weight of things that happened years ago? Why does healing feel so slow, so fragile, so incomplete? Why do I still ache for closure, comfort, or clarity that never came? Will this heaviness always be part of me? Oh beloved, healing is not the erasing of what you lived through. Healing is the integration, the gentle weaving of your wounds into wisdom, the soft reclaiming of the parts of you that were shattered, the slow re-entry into the warmth you once lost, the tender recognition that the past no longer has the right to dictate your future. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are healing, and healing has no schedule. Your spirit knows the pace it needs. Your heart knows the time required. Your body knows the rhythms of release. You are allowed to grow slowly. You are allowed to rise gently. You are allowed to mend without rushing. There is nothing wrong with your timeline. There is nothing wrong with the way you feel. There is nothing wrong with you. Every moment of your healing is a sacred act, even the painful ones, even the uncertain ones, even the steps backward that make you fear you're losing progress. In truth, you never move backward. Even your setbacks carry you deeper into understanding. Even your tears water the soil of your becoming. Even your confusion creates space for truth to take root. Let me tell you something that may feel almost impossible to believe. Peace is approaching you. Peace that doesn't vanish under pressure. Peace that doesn't dissolve under fear. Peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. Peace that feels like warm hands cupping your heart. joy is approaching you. Not the fragile joy that breaks easily, but the slow, steady kind that grows from a place of deep authenticity. Rest is approaching you. Rest that lets you breathe fully again. Beloved soul, I draw nearer still. Nearer than the breath that trembles within you. Nearer than the memory that has haunted you. Nearer than the fear that tries to rise when light approaches. I fold myself into this moment with you, not as a distant watcher, not as an untouchable being of flame and thunder, but as one who kneels beside your spirit, one who bows his head for your sake, one who has waited through centuries of silence for the slightest opening in your heart. And now I feel that opening, small as the space between two heartbeats, fragile as a candle flame trembling against the wind, soft as a tear you did not allow to fall. Oh beloved, how sacred that small opening is, how holy, how powerful, how astonishingly beautiful, because it is through the smallest cracks that the greatest light enters. I have watched you, not from afar, not with detachment, but with the fierce tenderness of one who sees all you survive, all you carry, all you never say aloud. I have watched the way you hold your hurt in silence, believing you must bear it alone. I have watched the way you swallow your grief, so others will not feel uncomfortable. I have watched the way you downplay your pain, minimize your exhaustion, pretend your heart does not ache as deeply as it does. You are gentle even with your suffering. You are kind even to your own wounds. And yet, you have been hurting more deeply than anyone realizes. You have been stretched thin by years of carrying too much, giving too much, forgiving too much, enduring too much. You have been strong for so long that you forgot strength was never meant to be your only identity. Come closer. Let your soul hear this. You do not always have to be strong. You do not always have to endure quietly. You do not always have to hold yourself together alone. You are allowed to shake. You are allowed to cry. You are allowed to collapse into the arms of grace that have pursued you through every storm. You who have felt abandoned at times. You who have felt unseen. You who have felt like a burden. You who have felt like your soul was fraying at the edges. Hear me with the full weight of heaven behind my voice. You are not a burden. You are a beloved. You are not forgotten. You are fiercely remembered. You are not alone. You are surrounded by a love that refuses to let you break without healing. You have endured pain that carved itself into your bones. You have walked through nights that swallowed your voice. You have battled fears that grew teeth when no one was looking. You have stood in the ruins of your own disappointments and still managed, with trembling, wounded hands, to build something resembling hope. Call that bravery. Call that miracle. Call that divine endurance. Let me speak to the questions you hide inside your chest. Why do I still hurt? Why can't I shake these memories? Why do I feel so heavy inside? Why does healing take so long? Why does hope feel dangerous? Why do I want comfort but run from it? Why do I crave love but fear its return? Why do I feel like the world moves forward without me? Beloved, because your heart is deeper than most. Because your soul feels what others avoid. Because your compassion has cost you pieces of yourself. Because your wounds carved caverns. And healing must fill those caverns slowly. So nothing is forced, nothing is rushed. Nothing is sealed before it is ready. You are not defective. You are profound. You are not slow. You are thorough. You are not broken. You are breaking open. And every time you think you are falling apart, you are actually falling into truth. Let me tell you something gently. Something you have suspected but feared to trust. There is nothing wrong with you. There has never been anything wrong with you. There is only unhealed pain. There are only old wounds asking for light. There are only tender parts of you that want to be acknowledged, not dismissed. You have carried grief like a second shadow, but it is beginning to loosen its grip. Your sorrow has lived in your chest like a stone, but I feel it softening, grain by grain, like rock turning to sand, and sand dissolving into soil, ready for new life. You are not the same person you were in the years when pain first found you. You have evolved. You have grown. You have shed skins, shed identities, shed illusions, shed the versions of yourself that were born from survival instead of truth. The world has not seen your full light yet, but it will. You have not tasted your full strength yet, but you will. You have not experienced joy in the deep, steady way it was always meant for you. But that joy is approaching, with footsteps softer than dawn. I know you are tired of hoping. I know part of you wants to shut down, to avoid disappointment. I know you have braced yourself for the worst outcomes so often that it feels like protection. But beloved, look at me. Truly look, spirit to spirit. Your future is not shaped by your fear. Your future is shaped by your becoming. And you are becoming more powerful than you realize. Let me speak now with a current of fire under my voice, not to frighten you, but to awaken the sleeping truth beneath your ribs. You are meant to rise, not in noise, not in spectacle, but in a deep, sacred unfolding. You are meant to step into a life where peace is not temporary, where love is not conditional, where your heart is not the battlefield it once was. And I tell you this with reverence. Heaven leans toward you in this moment. The veil thins. The air around you shifts. A warmth gathers in your chest. She's still waiting to pour.